Ich höre dich nicht.
Ja, das geht so ein bisschen sehr laut.
Nochmal was?
Das ist live.
Ja, was ist jetzt los? Ja, ey, geil. Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Andy Kuma and I'm gonna be playing Yoshi Island. Where do I split?
Gar nicht, das mach ich.
Okay, also 3, 2, 1, go, ja?
Ja.
Alright.
Musst du mir aber sagen.
Yo. Alright, I'm ready. Is Liver ready?
Ja.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, welcome to Yoshi Island. This speedrun is any percent warpless, but actually it's more like no major glitches instead of warpless. Warpless is just a name because of our history of the game. So, yeah, like I said, it's no major glitches, so you won't be seeing any 1-1 warps. There will not be an occurrence of the null egg, and also no tongue glitch either. These are the 3 main glitches that we don't do in this run. There are actually some minor warps which don't warp you to the level 1-1, and those are still allowed, but it's only in 2 levels, so you will see what I mean when I get there. Alright, let's get to the first level. 1-1 is pretty straightforward, nothing special to see here. I'm using this flower guy that I have in my mouth right now, so I can bounce on it, do an extended flutter up here, and skip a pretty long beanstalk. Yeah, that's 1-1. So the next level will be a bit tricky. There is a trick that's a 1-frame trick, it's also speed dependent. And, well, the nature of 1-frame tricks is you won't get them every time, but you can actually get pretty consistent with it, even though it's a 1-frame trick. So we will see how many attempts it will take me to get. But other than that, it's a pretty short level. It's actually the shortest level in the run because of the skip that we do. Alright, first try. So yeah, as you can see, I'm going over the stage right now. And just like that, I'm done with the level. So yeah, what can you expect from this category? This category is mostly about optimizations. Actually, when you watch the best players in this game, you can tell that they really optimize the run. So we basically go for every small time saver that there is, except those that are super ridiculous, of course. But even if it only saves like 0.5 seconds, we still go for it, for the most part. And yeah, that's actually really cool speedrun. There's not much RNG in the speedrun, which is also really nice. So it just comes down to skill mostly. Yeah, the movement in this game is very interesting. I'm not sure if you could tell already, but whenever I touch a slope, which I try to avoid, but whenever I touch a slope, I'm actually slowing down a little bit. So yeah, don't jump on slopes in this game, if possible. And other than that, you are holding right a lot in this game, at least in this category. And it's really interesting to see how you can maintain your speed in this game. Because whenever you swallow an enemy, you have to release off the D-pad, otherwise you will slow down. Same when you are tonguing in the air. The only exception is when you shoot X. There you actually can hold to the right or left and you won't slow down. But whenever you see me eat an enemy or swallow an enemy, I'm actually releasing my D-pad so I won't slow down in the air. So that's a mechanic in this game. But you get really used to it after a while. So coming up is a really interesting combination of 2 different tricks. For one, I will be shooting a pot off screen. And because it's loaded in the air, the egg will actually make it fly farther away than usually. And I'm also tonguing this key. Looks really cool and it's really fast as well. So skipping safe rings. We don't need the stars, so I'm skipping the safe ring by jumping over it. And just like that, we are at the first boss. In this category, we actually play almost all the bosses except one boss. But due to the donation incentive that we had for this run, which was fight the 3-8 boss level Piranha, I'm actually going to fight all bosses in this run as well. Epilepsy warning, by the way. Just like that, I beat the first boss. Just like that, I mean. I actually didn't count the hits. Right, 5:24, not a bad time. Alright, the first auto-scroller of this game. Unfortunately, there's this auto-scroller right at the beginning of the run. 1-5 already. And that's also 3 minutes long. But I guess we can do some egg juggles and stuff, because why not? Alright, I lost the egg. So something I didn't talk about yet. I talked about the optimizations in this run, and actually you will see me try to avoid most of the coins and flowers in this game, because as weird as it sounds, it's actually faster to forego collecting flowers and coins in this run. You know, there's this score screen at the end of each level, and when it's counting up stars, coins, and flowers, it actually makes a difference how many coins or flowers you have. So for example, if I only collect one flower or one coin, that will already make it so that I lose 34 frames, because it actually tries to count all the flowers or coins I got. And the difference between 1 and 0 is 34 frames. Each additional flower or coin would be another frame added to the counter. So there are certain levels where I try to do a really hard strat just to get no coins or no flowers. And it's actually really interesting, because oftentimes in chats I get the question why I don't run 100%, isn't it more interesting? And actually I prefer the Warpless category, because not only is the run shorter, but also because of all the optimization going on. Optimizations really make a difference in this category, which is something you don't see from 100%. And it's actually really cool how just a simple thing as flowers and coins in the level, which you would think you can just ignore in the run, but actually you pay attention to those as well in the Warpless run. And I think that's a really cool thing. So yeah, almost done with the auto-scroller. That's pretty cool. Good Shy Guy. So yeah, like I said, not much to see in this auto-scroller. It's really boring. And whenever you enter a goal ring, there's also a mechanic to it. You try to get into the goal ring as low as possible, because the time Yoshi takes from falling from the goal ring to the ground is actually inconsistent, of course. But as soon as he lands on the ground, it takes the same time every time. So you want to get into the goal ring as low as possible. Can save up to 10 frames. Not much to say for this level either. The run gets really interesting in World 2, I would say, but World 1 is kind of boring. It's pretty straightforward for the most part, and not much interesting stuff is happening other than the off-screen pot shot and key tongue in 1-4 that I already did. We will skip another beanstalk here, by the way, by spitting this guy there, jumping on it. Just like that, 1-6 is finished as well. There's actually a lot of downtime between each level. It's something I really don't like about this game. It's the length, and there's just so much downtime between each level. But other than that, it's a 10 out of 10 speed game. If not an 11 out of 10, at least 11 out of 10. It's really great. I really love this game a lot. So this is the first instant of RNG, and yeah, we are on drugs right now. Let's hope. 3, 4, 5. And I got stuck on the ground. So yeah, that was really bad. But like I said, it's RNG. The fuzzies that you just saw, yeah, they have random pattern. And yeah, I got hit. I don't want to shoot them because I need those eggs for the next levels. There's another thing to talk about. It's the egg management in this game. It's especially important for 100%, but even in this category, it's quite important. So I wanted to leave 1-5 with 6 eggs, and from there up to 2-4, or I guess 2-3 maybe. Yeah, 2-3. The eggs are really set. There's not many resources to make eggs, so you don't wanna waste any eggs in that section of the game. And it's not the only section in the game that works like that. Shoot this. Shoot that. Get the key. Alright. And just like that, we're almost done with Road 1. So this boss is actually probably the hardest boss in the game, considering optimization. No one does the really, really, really fast strat, because it's incredibly stupid, and also it's kinda RNG, I think, where the slimes come out of the boss. You will see what I mean in a second. So I will be going for a strat that works most of the time, is average fast, I would say. I can get lucky and get a quite faster version, but I'm fine if I get average speed. Alright, I didn't get average speed. That was actually really slow. But it's alright. 1240 explosion was totally okay. So we are still on world record pace. But since I have to do the 3-8 boss, there won't be any world record in this run, unfortunately. But I just felt like letting you know. So yeah, World 1 done. So as I said, World 2 it gets a little bit more interesting. There are a lot of cool platforming levels. And also there's the first introduction to the little warps I was talking about earlier. So in 2-1 and 2-8 there is a pipe that you can do a pipe glitch on. It's where you jump and go down the pipe on the same frame, and you actually trigger a fake screen exit because of it. And that can be used to save a little bit of time. It barely saves anything in this level, but in 2.8 it saves like 3 or 4 seconds, I think. Oh. Alright. Pipe glitch coming up. Alright, got it. We're back. Yeah, not much going on. It's not auto-scroller either. Oh, my voice is really dying right now. Alright, there's one more thing in this level, which is coinless. Like I said, I want to avoid collecting any coins. I have 0 coins now, but yeah, I got it. Those last 2 coins are kind of tricky to get over. Ah! Almost tilted my console doing that. Alright, 2-2. So 2-2 is the first really hard level. There's this thing. I might get blocked by the screen. Yeah, I did. That's not a problem. I will get hit here intentionally because I need this enemy that I have in my mouth right now. That's a special enemy. Alright, get up there. That's a special enemy because you can actually jump on it while it's in the air. Normally you can't do this with enemies. But yeah, because it's special you can do it. That makes it so I can get over there. Normally you would have to take the Baby Mario star in this level. But yeah, we can skip that. And as well, avoiding all the coins again. Rest of the level isn't that hard, but this beginning part is really hard. Whoops. So that was the first perfect flutter. A mechanic that's really important to the run because it lets us skip a few things. Actually, when you flutter, there is a small timing window where if you press the flutter manually, you can actually gain height. It's like a 3-frame window. And you can actually chain those to get infinite height. But it's really hard. And you will see that later in the run as well. Where I have to do this many times in a row. Oh god. I wanted to swag. Swag is really important in this run. Getting hit is not important, so that was bad. But yeah, swag is important. So that was the first big mistake of the run, I would say. Getting hit by this piranha. Alright, doing some very precise shots here to clear the foam really fast. Ah, got stuck a little bit. That's alright though. Alright, first Baby Mario star. You can actually do specific jumps. You get a little boost. Maybe you can see it, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can get a little boost if you jump off slopes with Baby Mario. So that's another mechanic. There aren't too many transformations in this category. In 100% there are actually a lot of transformations. In this category you only see the helicopter twice and the submarine once. And then a few Baby Mario stars. I think 3 or 4? Maybe 5? Definitely 4. So yeah, the next level will introduce another new mechanic. It's the gate hacking. There are like gates in this level, in this game, which only allow you to go through from one side, but you can actually do a so-called gate hack to get through the gate from the other side as well. It's kind of specific, but in this level it's really trivial. You basically just do an upshot into the gate, like that, then it opens. And then we get to see the perfect flutter thing again. Alright, got it. Oh, I wasn't sure if I would make it. Alright. Big Boo. Probably the easiest boss fight in the game. There are some certain RNG patterns with the bats that come flying into the screen that can somehow mess with you, or sometimes mess with you, but usually it's really easy. You do 3 shots into this wall, and then another 2 shots into this wall or this wall. Yeah, just like that. Alright, coming up is 2-5. 2-5 is probably the favorite level of every runner in the game. At least when it's played well. It's very aggressive. You hold right the whole time. You do 1 shell jump. Well, I will actually do 2 shell jumps, and yeah, it just looks really well. Really nice. Got it. Ah, collected that coin. It's probably the only coin I will collect. I tried a new strat that we came up with to avoid that coin. But yeah, as you could tell, it's pretty hard. But still, a really good level. Alright. So 2-6. There's a small optimization I will be going for that no one else does. At least I don't think I've seen anyone else do it. It's where you release your gram pound and do a shot right at the beginning here. Let's see if I get it. Oh. Ugh. Well, I got the strat, but I messed up the shot. Hello, Yoshi. Alright. That jump's always a little bit scary, so I wanted to concentrate there to not get hit. So in the next level, it's the only level, or at least regular level, there's a boss fight, but the only level that has those fat Shy Guys. And if you eat those, you make a big egg. And if you throw the big egg, it turns all the enemies on the screen into stars. And because of that, we can actually do a sprite overload. It's really easy. And that will despawn a bullet bill launcher right here. Alright, we lift the dream. That's actually really hard to do. Gonna jump over the safe ring. Oh god! Well, that's not what was supposed to happen. Alright, swag car. That's alright. That cost me a lot of time. Oh well. Alright, 2-8. Here's the instance of the another warp that I mentioned earlier. I know it's weird because this category is called Warpless, but we actually do what's kind of like a warp. Ah! Alright. That cost me 6 seconds. Alright, there's a pot coming up that I will shoot exactly 4 times because it positions the pot perfectly and manipulates the enemies at the top that's throwing down missiles perfectly, so the missiles will not hit me and I can just push the rock right the whole time. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can get a good tunnel. Good tunnel. Ah, didn't get a good cookie. That's unfortunate. Yes, those are cookies, in case you're wondering. That's unfortunate. Alright, almost done with World 2. Not much to say about this boss fight. Almost died. That was really low. Swag! That makes up for the otherwise really bad World 2. And we get to World 3. So I was told earlier to make shoutouts to Volpe here. So Volpe, if you're watching, shoutouts to you. I know this is your favorite level for many reasons. Speaking of shoutouts, actually a shoutout to all the Yoshi runners. Yoshi is a really great community, and I really enjoy being part of the Yoshi community. Great guys. So normally there's actually a warp in this level as well, but since this is warpless, we won't be doing the warp here. I didn't talk about the warps at all so far, but we already skipped 3 of them that you would do in the warps category. But yeah, so no warp for me here. I got that coin, that's unfortunate. I actually went for an optimization to get no coins in this level, but then I actually got that coin. That's really easy to avoid. So maybe now you can see, if you pay attention to the score screen, that since I got that coin, there will actually be a little delay because it counts up to 1 coin. Right here. See? That little elimination that's normally skipped if you have 0 coins. And speaking of that, in 3-2 there's actually a strat to avoid a flower, which is really hard to avoid. So I will be interested in knowing if I get that or not. I hope I get it, of course. Right here. Ah, I didn't get it. I would have shot that tap and skipped that flower, so yeah, unfortunately I got that flower. So that just goes back to what I said earlier about this category, which is that it's mostly about optimizations. The best runs usually have a lot of optimizations like that, and yeah, it's really about consistency, not messing up your strats, and also movement, like avoiding as many slopes as possible, and just knowing where you can safely make X without losing speed and stuff like that. That's really the core of the category, and which is why I like it so much, because it's so focused on optimization and movement. The movement has been pretty good so far. Not many movement errors. Alright, remember what I said earlier about transformations? So this is the level where you will actually see 2 transformations in one level. And there are only 3 transformations that are not the Baby Mario star. And 2 of them are in this level. So first the helicopter, really short. Ah, didn't get a good helicopter. That's alright though. And the submarine. Well, what can I say about the submarine section? Everyone hates it. The missiles, they are so unreliable. Just watch how the missiles will fly around. It's a pain in the ass. So in the warps category, you actually skip this whole transformation here, so that's really cool in the warps category. But yeah, since this is warpless, I can't skip it. And here we will see the first time my favorite enemy, the frog. The frog has such a good sprite, I really like it. I will actually use a frog in this next room to get a really high jump. Hopefully, at least. Yeah, that worked. I was able to skip a little bit of the stairs, because stairs are really slow in this game. You want to avoid stairs as much as possible. And yeah, we get to 3-4, which also has the frog as the boss. Almost got a lucky fish. Fish in this game are random. I think all of them, or at least most of them are random. So they can just jump out of the water. And sometimes it's really hard to avoid them. But usually it's not a problem. But sometimes. Right, first instance of a big flutter section. It's actually just 1 second faster than swimming in the water there. But hey, we take those. So this boss fight, there's actually a new strat for the boss that we do nowadays. It can give us 5 or 6 shots, usually a 6 shots, but it's an improvement from our old strat, which gave us 6 or 7 shots. So yeah, maybe I get lucky and I can get a 5-shot froggy fight. That would be cool. You basically do these 45-degree angle shots into the uvula, but it's really precise to get a 5-shot froggy. So that's 4, 5. Alright, this will be a 6-shot then. So remember what I said about coinless? The next level, there's, again, a really interesting strategy to get 0 coins. So look forward to that. And it's also the level that has one of the most annoying screens in the game, which is the very first screen of 3.5. So yeah, coinless and the first screen. Let's hope the first screen goes right and then I get coinless. That would be nice. Alright, so far coinless is still there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Almost got it. So no coinless for me, unfortunately. But you got the idea. The next level actually has 2 different routes that runners do. Just the top route and the bottom route. The bottom route is like 0.5 to a second faster, but it's also it's harder and it can go wrong in many different ways. And if it goes wrong, it usually means like a 10-second time loss, maybe 20 seconds. Can go really bad. Alright. It kind of did go bad, but not that bad. So that's okay. Alright. I wanted to get that. That's the swag I'm talking about. So yeah, that was completely pointless and just showing off. But I like showing off. Who doesn't, I guess. So we use this monkey here to spit it up and cut out a flutter right here. And also there's fish RNG involved. I didn't get the best pattern, but I got one of the lucky fishes, so at least something. Rip monkey. I will do a cute little despawn here of a door, so it didn't work. Never mind. I'm actually not sure what I did wrong. Maybe I spit the Shy Guy at the wrong place because I was talking. Whatever. So yeah, we get to 3-8. That's actually where my run will become really bad because I will have to fight the boss fight because I was in a donation incentive. And normally you can skip the boss fight by throwing an egg at the small enemy because before Kamek turns it big. But yeah, we won't be doing that because it was a donation incentive, and yeah, why not? Let's just do it. The fight is normally not seen in Yoshi runs, so might as well do it at a marathon. But yeah, the skip of the boss is actually developer intended. They put it in like an Easter egg that you can shoot the boss fight before Kamek turns it big, and yeah. People are always confused about this if they have never seen this game before. Or the speedrun of the game before, I should say. Funny enough, this boss fight might actually be the longest one. So skipping it is really fortunate for runners. Saves like 2 minutes, I think. Yeah. Maybe not 2 minutes, maybe more like a minute. But that's still really long for a boss fight. So thanks to everyone who donated for the incentive. Reminder that we are collecting money for Save the Children, so if you have donations, get them in. So we are here at the halftime, I would say. It's not really the half of the length of the run, but yeah, we are done with half of the worlds. The actual half is about 4 boss, roughly when the four bosses fought. This level is actually really fun, but there is a screen in this level that everyone hates. The main reason for that is the dumb glitch that's in this game, where when you are fuzzied, yes, fuzzies will return, when you are fuzzied you can actually fall through platforms because the ground is shaking and it's going up and down, and let's hope it doesn't happen. Alright, good start. Ah. Alright, I didn't drop through the platforms at least. But I also took it a little bit safe. That was weird. Ah, not enough. I will get one in the next level again. Because the next level has a really easy Baxter. That's what we call those. We call those Baxters after a Tasser named Baxter. Oh. Alright. Like I said, it's pretty pointless, but everyone does it because it looks cool. Alright, for the next screen I actually want to have exactly 3x, because otherwise it can lag the screen. At the last part at least. So I want to have 3x because of the next level and to reduce the lag in this level. Oh. I actually just tried doing this like yesterday and I'm still not very good at it, but that's okay. So the next level, 4-4, it's actually the hardest level in the game to optimize in any percent. It's also the longest non-auto-scrolling level. It's like 4 minutes long. and it's really hard. It's long, and it's really cool as well. It's a lot of fun. It's actually one of my favorite levels in the run nowadays. But maybe that's because I practiced it a lot as well. So I really like going fast in this level. Especially this room is really hard to get well. There are those color blocks in the beginning here. I didn't get a good screen. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. So that's about as bad as it can get for this room. So already a bad 4-4. But like I said, it's very hard to get a good 4-4. It's not a shame if you get a bad 4-4 at all. Let's try to get the rest well at least. Another perfect flutter coming up. This room is actually my favorite room of all the rooms in 4-4. It's really, really fun and fast. And of course it would go bad. That's alright. No bucket skip, sorry guys. You can actually skip that bucket and save like 2 or 3 seconds, but it's 2-frame window, so not marathon safe at all. Alright, boss fight coming up very soon. If I don't miss the door. So this boss fight's really interesting. I will actually going for the fastest RTA viable strat. And lately everyone has started doing this. So maybe you know it already if you watch runs of this game. Otherwise, I hope I get it, and then you are in for a treat. Well, that was pretty good. So yeah, you can shoot those mills, that's what they are called. And you get 3 into one spot, and then you grab upon and kill 3 at the same time. It's really cool. So I'm glad I got that. Kinda makes up for the otherwise really bad 4-4. I will be using the enemy that I have in my mouth right now to get a little boost here. Again, optimizations, the name of the category. And we are getting into 4-6. 4-6 is probably the level where RNG can be important for the first time. I'm not sure. But there's definitely some RNG fish and RNG fish and also a little bit of crab RNG. But mostly fish RNG. And it can be pretty annoying. So that fish right there, that was RNG, but he jumped early, so we got him. That fish can also be annoying, but wasn't annoying this time. And then there's one last fish on the next screen. But I will shoot 2 eggs, and usually that takes care of him. Oh, that was an optimization. Juicy. I have way too many eggs. I actually want to have exactly 3 eggs here. So it's not a big problem because I can just throw 2 eggs away, but it's important because I will be going for 1-frame trick at the end of the next level. I actually get it the last 3 times I tried it. So once at home in practice and 2 times here in practice. So the chances are actually really low that I will get it a 4th time in a row. But hey, you never know. It would be really cool if I get it because it will save me 10 seconds. And what I will try to do is taking one of those chickens right here into the next level, which will save a lot of time on the boss fight. But like I said, it's a 1-frame trick and yeah, not very likely that I will get it. Ah, didn't get it. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I would have taken the chicken to the next level. And it would have also been really cool because there is no graphic for the chicken in the next level, so the game just assigns kind of random pictures to the chicken, and it looks really goofy as well. And would have been cool if I would have gotten it, but yeah. 1-frame trick. So I will do a little despawn here by spitting out the Shy Guy. So that despawned one of the spinning spike thingies. Also, touching a shell gives you invincibility. So I used that right there to get underneath the spikes. Oh my god. That was close. I wanted to do a shell jump that I didn't get. But at least I catch the shell, so wasn't a big time. Also, I glitched the save ring there by shooting the cloud. So there was no stopping or freezing time when I touched that save ring. So that saved me like 2 seconds right there. Alright. So there's actually a little optimization right before this boss fight as well. You want to move to the very farthest right point on the screen before the camera scrolls. Because, as you could see, the camera pans to the left a little bit. And they're actually shorter the more right you are. And I will do a kind of pointless glitch here, but it looks really cool. I'm sure you will like it. Blast off. All right. World 5. So this is the infamous World 5. It's the bane of every new runner, especially 5-3. But for the top runners, it's mostly 5-4. And 5-5 is also hard. Those 3 stages are the hardest stages in a row. Oh yeah, by the way, I think you have a controller cam, so you might as well wonder why I'm mashing at the beginning of every level. That's because it can actually make the intro text go by faster if you mash, which is really weird, but yeah, that's how the game works, and that's why I'm mashing at the beginning of every level, just to make the text go by faster. It's like such a thing that I do every time, and I was not even thinking about mentioning it. Alright, so far so good.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
Yeah, because we have a $5 donation from the guy who's eating just behind me right now. Namely, namely F. Paul. He's writing, "Hey there, pizza guy gave me a free pizza as a thank you for bringing in all the customers and said donate $5 as a payment to our good cause, so here they are. Thanks pizza guy, also save the dog."
You could do a perfect flutter to get up there, but yeah, I didn't get it. So this level, for some reason, people think the last screen is really hard. At least I have seen it being mentioned in chats multiple times before. But it's actually really easy. And I guess I can understand why it looks hard, because I'm kind of flying around in air and jumping on enemies. But yeah, like I said, it's actually really easy and it's not scary at all. But people think this right here is really scary. But yeah, it's not. It's really easy. So yeah, coming up to 5-3. Like I said, probably the level that kills most of your runs if you are new to the game. Well, I shouldn't say kills your runs, like not all of them, but it will definitely kill some of your runs. And even for top runners, this level can still go bad. There's mostly one spot right at the end before the ski section. I guess that counts as a transformation, so we got 4 transformations, I guess. But yeah, right before the end of the normal platforming section of this level, there are 2 spikes that you have to dodge, and we shoot them. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes stuff happens and your egg misses the spikes, and most of the time you are dead if you don't duck. Yeah, speaking of that. So, yeah. That was a perfect example of 5-3 killing you. Oh god. No. No, what's happening? No! Oh god. Oh god, that was horrible. I guess no more deathless for me. Not that I expected to get a deathless run, but it could have happened. But yeah, that's rip. That's also one of the biggest time lost in this game. So let's hope it doesn't happen again. Alright. But yeah, it's actually the spikes coming up that kill your run. I wasn't too sure on my shot, so I ducked a little bit, just to be safe. Alright, skiing. First screen is, well, all screens of the skiing section is really easy. There is a mechanic, if you get hit, you're actually going upwards the skiing section faster, so I'm actually getting hit on purpose. And also the next screen, you can actually not do anything and it will just play itself. So yeah, here you can watch the controller. It will just play itself. You can actually do a little optimization as well to save a few frames, but I guess might as well show that off, because why not? Yeah, like I said, getting hit because it's faster. Professional skiing, guys. That's how it looks. All right. So everyone's favorite level coming up. If you have seen this run before, you know it. If you haven't seen this run before, yeah, have fun, I guess. So yeah, 5-4. I'm not even sure what I want to say about this level. It kind of speaks for itself when I get to the spot. But basically, I have to hit a 3-frame window like 30 times in a row. It's as hard as it sounds. Yeah, it's rough. I lost a little bit too much height. Oh god. I actually had to flutter, but I felt like I didn't have to flutter, and alright. That was stressful. I actually did the slightly slower strat because I already lost a lot of height. So I'm glad it still worked. I actually thought I failed again the third time. But yeah, it still worked. And just for the cost of 10 seconds. That's alright. I'm not doing world record attempt or anything, so I'm glad I was able to show off the skip. Come on. Come on. Bad boss fight. So you're actually despawning the boss and respawning him and make it so that the egg is right at the heart of the boss. Because that's where it's the only possible way to hit him. But the shots are fairly precise. So I guess not playing on my usual TV. That's my genre. So yeah, 5-5. There's actually an optimization that saves like 1.5 seconds maybe, and it's called heli skip, helicopter skip. And I say it's easy every time, but actually it's not trivial at all. It's kind of hard. It's not really as hard as 5-4 or anything, but for only 1.5 seconds, it's a fairly hard trick. But yeah, I like to say go big or go home, so yeah, I will be going for it and probably get it. I shouldn't say that. I will just jinx myself. Never mind. Didn't jinx myself. So that's heli skip. Heli skip saves, as I said, like 1.5 seconds. And yeah, it's not that hard, but definitely not trivial at all. All right. The next level is an outscore. So, yeah. Oh my god, this lag. I don't think I have ever had so many Shy Guys spawn, and I didn't even know that it could lag that much. So that's something new that I learned from this run. So there are the chickens again. I will get them, even though they don't do anything in this level. But they're kind of cool, and you can do loops with them. I guess this level right here is a little bit crowded right now. Otherwise I would show it. Since again, I don't want to collect any flowers or red coins. I mean, I can't avoid all the red coins in this level, but I can avoid all the flowers, so I will not be shooting around too much at this part of the level, but I will have some fun with the shaking in a second. Man, I love auto-scrollers. Some people say it's kind of nice that this auto-scroller is right next to 5.4 or right after 5.4. So it kind of gives you a little break from all the action that was the last 3 levels. And it makes sense. I guess it's a valid point. But for some reason, I think I would still prefer if there wasn't this auto-scroller because... yeah, it's just boring. Come on, chicken. No! Well, I got 3 chicken at least. And a cloud. Yeah, the second part of this level is actually not an auto-scroller. There's only one real auto-scroller in this game, which is 1.5. All the other ones have sections that aren't auto-scrollers. But yeah, that's only true for speedrunning. For casual gameplay, 6.5 is also a full auto-scroller as well, but we have a strat or technique to skip some part of the auto-scroller. But yeah, we will get there. Five seven. Pretty scary level, to be honest. Kinda hard. Maybe not the hardest, but definitely one of the harder levels in this game. Or I should say, one of the easier levels to die in. Oh yeah, you can clip through piranhas like that. I didn't mention that at all, but yeah, you can do that. They have, I think, 32 frames of like no hurt box when you hit them, so you can go right through them. Yay! So I think my Baxter count's like 3 out of 5 so far, so that's pretty good. And we get to 5-8. Maybe not that much to say about the level in general, but definitely something to talk about in the boss fight. This boss fight is actually the biggest instance of RNG in this game, so maybe you already realized I didn't talk much about RNG, maybe twice so far. But this boss fight, it can actually vary between, I don't know, maybe like 10-second difference if he gives you a really bad pattern. Which is still really low for a game of this length. Usually other speedruns of such a length have some RNG element that can cost you like 30 seconds or something, so this game is really nice on the RNG part. But yeah, the boss has different patterns. In the beginning, I want him to go to the left, but if he goes to the right, there is a chance that he will stop, and then I can't hit him at all on the first cycle. So that would be like, I don't know, maybe a 5-second time loss. And then each time I hit him, he can do an attack. And that can cost more time. He also looks left and right a few times before he actually moves. And that's RNG as well. He can look, I think 3 is the lowest maybe, but he can also look like 6 times. And then there's also the troll Raph. This boss is called Raphael, so Raph short. And there's this troll Raph. It's a very, very, very small chance, but you can actually stop immediately when he's moving. And there's another RNG that only happens like once out of 128 times. It's where he stops in the beginning completely and doesn't move left or right, which would actually be the fastest, but it barely happens. I have seen it 3 times, which is actually a lot. I know a lot of runners who have never seen it before, or at least never gotten it themselves before. So yeah, he went right, and let's see if he stops. He didn't stop, and I'm bad. That's alright though. No attack. Let's see if he does an attack. No attack again, and I'm bad. So yeah, that was a pretty bad fight. But he gave me bad RNG as well. At least I didn't do any attacks, I guess. So yeah, longest cutscene coming up. There are like these cutscenes between each world, and for some reason the developers thought, hey, let's do a special cutscene for World 6. So yeah, this is actually a special cutscene that's a little bit different from the other ones. Like the first 60% are like the normal one, and then there's another part to the cutscene. So maybe if you have donations, do you have donations? Now would be a good time.
Doesn't look like it right now,
All right,
sadly.
no donations. So yeah, World 6, almost done with the speedrun. I think this is the longest world. Maybe? I actually don't know. But the second half is definitely pretty long. The first half is actually really short. One of the shorter halves. But the second half is really long. And 6-1 is actually one of the hardest levels as well. I hope it goes right. I practiced it a lot. It's actually one of my favorite levels. Used to be my favorite level, maybe not anymore, but I still like it a lot. Alright. That part is really scary. Very precise jumps. And then there's another instant of RNG. This time, the RNG can actually kill you if you get really unlucky, but you can avoid it by waiting it out. So even if you... I'm probably not really hearable right now, because the chomps are so loud. But yeah, those chomps can come down at a very dumb timing, and you have to wait, or if you don't wait, they just come down where you are, and maybe you die. So I prefer to wait them out if it happens. Luckily, this was pretty nice. They weren't too bad. Not really many more sections in this game that could potentially kill me right now. Maybe 6-4. I will intentionally take a save ring for a skip there. You might have noticed that I skip most of the save rings because I'm very confident in not dying, even though I already died once, excluding 5-4 skip. But yeah, normally I don't die. But I will take the save ring for safety. Skipping this save ring. Let's see if I can get over the wall. That's a problem. Let's go back. I didn't want to collect that star so early. And I guess I could have taken that star, but yeah, it's alright. Ooh, maybe bonus? Bonus hype? Bonus hype? Alright, no bonus hype. I was not supposed to collect that flower. Yeah, speaking of bonus, in this run you normally don't see any bonus, but it can actually happen. There are a few levels where if you collect one flower and you go at full speed into the goal ring, it will actually land on exactly that spot. But since you notice, you can avoid it. But this time I wasn't prepared for it at all, so I could have gotten a bonus for sure. Yeah, last time fuzzies. And drugless. I will go for a little optimization here, even though it can't kill me. Alright, got it. That jump is really scary, where you jump on the rock and below the fire, and yeah, I have lost a lot of runs to that. And it only saves 0.5 seconds. But I'm stubborn and I'm going for it every time. Or pretty much every time. Alright, 6-4. Remember 5-4 skip? So this will be the next skip with a lot of flutters. But like I said, I will take the save ring, and because I will take the save ring, I won't actually be saving time doing this, because you could take the platform or the lock, and it only saves like 0.2 seconds compared to an optimal lock. But yeah. I mean, if I take the save ring and get the skip first try, I'm still even with taking the lock. So might as well do that for a marathon. Alright, good fight. What? That was not supposed to happen. Little troll right there. This wall is annoying. So there's the safe ring I was talking about, and coming up is the next big flutter skip. Like I said, normally I would not take the safe ring. And yeah. All right. Lost a lot of height. All right, this boss fight, nice and fast. All right. So, what's left? We have 6-5, which is another autoscorer. Then we have 6-6, which is a really short level because we have a few tricks to just completely break the level. And then we have 6-7, which also has some kind of autoscroller part, like a 45-second platform ride. And we have 6-8, which also has a 2-minute autoscroller. So it's kind of like SMB3 at the end, where it's a bunch of autoscrollers. Not as bad as SMB3, but pretty bad. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess I can do some shots here, but not too many because, again, I don't want to collect any stuff that I wouldn't like to collect. So, yeah. Also, if I had version 1.0 of this game, I could show a little glitch here with the Ghost Shy Guys, but I have 1.1 or 1.2, I think 1.2, so the glitch has been patched out. It's the only real difference between versions, at least the Japanese versions. The US version of this game also has a little difference in the text boxes, the way they work, but it's only like 7 or 8 seconds. Oh yeah, and also bye Yoshi. He's still somewhere. Has anyone seen Yoshi? Where's Yoshi? Where's Yoshi? Like seriously, where's Yoshi?
He might have disappeared.
Yeah, he's gone. I guess he's just somewhere, and we will see him very shortly again. Oh, hello Yoshi. Also, you might notice that I'm holding. Well, what am I holding? Good question. What am I holding? I'm holding something. Well, a healthy egg, but because I was off screen, it actually despawned. So right now I'm holding an egg, but I'm also not holding an egg. Alright. That's just something I like to do in this otherwise very boring autoscroller. That was a cool shot. How did I do that shot? Alright, I only need one egg here. So yeah, like I said earlier, we actually skip part of the autoscroller on this level. So right now there would be a second autoscroller, but I will try to skip it. Come on. Oh, come on. This is horrible. Alright, got it. So what I did there was a frame perfect jump. And because of that, the camera didn't scroll. Because it never thought that I was landing on the ground. Because I was doing a jump on the very first frame that I landed. And because of that, the game kept the camera low. And the sprite that actually spawns the autoscroller, if that makes sense, like it starts the autoscroller, it's at the very top. So because I was able to keep the camera panned down, I was able to not have it start the autoscroller. Saves like 25 seconds, but because I completely went derpy derp, I probably didn't save anything doing that. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, 6-6. There's a trick in this level. Adam Speedruns has a famous quote saying, if you don't do rockless, you must be cockless. And basically it's double frame perfect trick right here. Come on. Come on. Alright. Come on. Yeah, double frame perfect. And yeah, I can get it first try. I can get it like 20th try. It's kind of random. That's the nature of the trick. And worst case would have been that the key flies away completely. And in that case, I would have lost like 30 seconds, maybe more. So that didn't happen, luckily. Ah, my baby. Two more levels. 6-7 is actually probably the most underrated run killer of the game. If you have played it many times, you would think it's an easy level, but stuff can just happen. Like the other day, I was way ahead of world record and I did a perfect jump, and because of that, I didn't get my automatic flutter, and I died, and world record was ripped. So that was unfortunate. And I have definitely lost like maybe 5 or 6 runs to this level already. I don't know. And I'm always underrating it for how big the choke factor is in this level, because basically wherever you land, you're dead, unless you land exactly where you are not dead. Alright. Like I said, little autoscroller platform. one more small optimization that you can do here. I hold the sniffet in my mouth and I will use it to do an extended flutter. And I also have to manipulate a platform. So right there, I'm hopefully manipulating the platform. Well, maybe that wasn't the best manipulation, but it still worked. To get up there fast. Then a small baby Mario star here. It's probably one of the most pointless things in the game, by the way. And a gate hack coming up. Oh. Didn't get it. I think I missed those in my Warps and Warpless PB as well. So last level of the run. Not much to say for this level. It can kill your run if you aren't confident in your door 4 shot. Like, I don't know, it's weird. There are different ways to do the shot for door 4. Basically, there is a spinning door, and it has 4 different doors, and you want to get door number 4, because that's the fastest. And we have a lot of different shots to get door 4, and it's actually really easy. There are, like I said, many different strats, and if you are confident, you should never miss it, but somehow people still miss it sometimes, and seeing a run die to that is like, that's so heartbreaking. Even if you're not the one who's running, it's not nice. So yeah, last auto-scroller, and I guess last real section of the game. He's still there. Yeah, if I would get hit here, I'm actually losing time, because when I get Baby Mario again, the game freezes for like half a second, so you actually have to pay attention in the auto-scrollers of this game, because if you get hit, then you lose time. And I actually lost time in both of my any % warps and warpless PBs on auto-scrollers. So that's pretty stupid, but it happens. Also, collecting anything in this level doesn't matter. Unlike the other levels where I want to avoid collecting coins or flowers, in this level obviously doesn't matter because it's the last level of the game and there is no score check at the end. Also, I went into the store really late. Alright. Let's see if this run is actually valid or not. There's a specific trick that I have to do. Otherwise, this run doesn't count as a real Yoshi run. And I hope I get it. If I don't, I unfortunately have to reset and then we have to sit here another 1 hour and 40 minutes. Liver is shaking his head, but it has to be done, dude. If I don't nail the trick, I have to reset. That's part of the deal of playing this game. Alright. Just kidding. But yeah, that's what you do. TIA. Gotta love Yoshi's face. The look of disgust. So yeah, we don't have to reset. Great. Liver's happy, right? Yeah, he's happy. He's very happy. fight. Let's see if I can get a perfect boss fight. Also, time will be at the end of the run when the last Kamek text box appears. So not when Bowser is exploding, but at the moment of the text box. I think that was too high. Yeah. Eat it! Just kidding. Alright, time is coming up in about 10 seconds. And... time. Alright, 1:48:18. That's a pretty good time, considering that I had to do the 3-8 boss fight. Underestimate! Alright. Liver, can I do small shoutouts?
Yeah.
Alright, small shoutouts. First off, the Yoshi community. Trix, Kiwi, Wolpy, Arn, Coulter, Crispy, Empty. You guys are great, everyone. I'm sorry if I missed any of you guys, but you know, counting all of you would be a little bit too much. Also, shoutouts to the Berlin Smash community, especially Shozo and Schligger, and I guess the Berlin Millie scene, Luma, Mr. Love, all of you. You guys are great as well. And I guess the fighting game community as well. Mr. Broken, I know you are watching, so shoutouts to you as well. Shoutouts to to the organizers. You are great. Shoutouts to Liver for the stream, and yeah, thank you for having me here, and I hope you enjoyed your silent.